Hello, buddy. Welcome to the United Stands. It's not here we go for Sesko. It's bigger than that. I mean, if you've not been on social media and this is your first hearing of this news, you're in for a very pleasant surprise. Manchester United in transfer talks with Brighton for Baleba. I am now a Baleba. Look. First things first, David Ornstein has said this. Manchester United have made contact with Brighton via intermediaries over a possible deal for Carlos Baleba. Manchester United have made contact with Brighton. Brighton don't plan on selling this summer and a deal is recognised as unrealistic. But Man United are keen and should know in the coming days if plausible or not via David Ornstein. So Man United have made contact with Brighton via intermediaries about Baleba. Brighton do not plan to sell and all sides are aware it's an unrealistic move, but your Man United are keen and should know in the coming days if plausible or not. Now, look, this fills the heart with absolute, excitement. I would say, can the 58 announce a protest every day? Because every time there's a 58 protest, we get a new stadium or a crazy transfer bid. So there's clearly something in these protests, and the 58 should take some credit for this because, protest announced, we go for Baleba. Protest announced, we get a new stadium. So let's give a big shout out to them, of course. But realistically, yeah, look, this is, I'm still fascinated by the fact that Indy Callia announced this first and David Ornstein is acknowledging it. I mean, this is a troll account from 10 years ago. This was, some of the memes about Indy Callia were just hilarious 10 years ago. And here he is getting a glow up from David Ornstein. What's happening? Pinch me, what's happening? But look, in relation to Baleba, I remember watching Brighton play Man City in the autumn of last year. And Baleba wasn't on the pitch. And he came on at half-time and they won the game at the second half. And I remember saying at the time on That's Football, I think this kid's amazing. I think he's got everything you want. He can, he's skillful, he's tenacious, he can pass. He's the player Paul Pogba could have been. Like, he absolutely is, very, very exciting. But, we have held talks. Now, I saw somebody just before I went live, and I probably shouldn't say their name because they'll get in trouble, but they basically said spin. And I read the comments, and what they were saying was, I mean, is this not a good idea? You don't buy a midfielder, but you say you want a midfielder that you can't get. Everyone gets really excited. Ineos are cooking. You don't get the deal. It's impossible. And actually, you've just spun the whole fan base. So let's wait and see on that, because anybody can contact Real Madrid for Vinicius Jr. Doesn't mean you're going to get him. Doesn't mean you can afford him. So I would say, look, I don't think it's spin. I think we genuinely have made an approach. And honestly, you know how relaxed I was about Sesko, and many people were like, oh, I'm amazed how relaxed you are considering you don't like the Glazers and you don't trust Ineos. I think football's changed. I think football has changed this summer transfer window. Liverpool are going to spend $500 million as Premier League champions. Chelsea have spent ridiculous money. Arsenal have spent a lot of money. Man City are spending money. They are moving further and further and further away. And I think Ineos are having to adapt to the world that we live in now. And I would applaud that, because whatever happens with them, however, badly we think they run the club or whatever, and they did rescue the Glazers, of course, the reality is it's an open goal to start spending money, because if you don't, you're going to die. If we don't spend money, we're going to die. Clubs that are stronger than us are spending more than us. So I think the plan was to coast over the next 3 years and hope to catch up slowly. And I think we've seen those clubs that are ahead of us have just got a full tank of petrol and put their foot down. And we either get a full tank of petrol and put our foot down, or we're going to get left behind. So the way I look at it is we are doing that. Like, if we can get Baleba and we can get Sesko, and we will get Sesko, and we have Cunha and we have Mbermo and we get a goalkeeper, then we have delivered a summer transfer window that ordinarily would be an 8, maybe even a 9, if we'd done it early. And that's the only thing you'd have a reservation about. Why didn't we get these deals done a little bit early? But ultimately, These are the deals we should be doing. Like, I'm not going to say, oh, God, thank you, Sir Jim, for doing deals we should be doing. Liverpool are doing it. Chelsea are doing it. We should be doing these deals. Like, we're Manchester United. We should be doing these deals. I'm not grateful because we're in transfer talks with Baleba. I'm actually saying, well, yeah, this is what you bloody should be doing, and I will applaud it, and I will say it's the right thing to do, but we bloody should be doing this. We're miles behind. How do you think you're going to catch up? The question is, should we sell bloody Bruno and get in contact with Saudi and say we'll take the 100 million? Because I am sat here about to say this, and I bloody mean it. If we can't afford Baleba, you should be on the phone to Saudi, taking the 100 million, getting Baleba in, and I think Baleba, Casemiro, Ugarte and Mainu is a better balanced midfield than Bruno, Casemiro, Ugarte and Mainu. Now that's going to upset people, but that is a proper midfield in my opinion. So